Hello, welcome to today's immigration tidbit. Do you have a crime or are you in removal proceedings because of a crime? Well, some crimes are eligible for you to waive, okay, under immigration law. And what that means is that if you get a waiver, you're basically saying, I know I committed the crime, but please, for all these reasons, forget about it and allow me to come in or allow me to keep my green card. Okay, there's a lot of crimes that do allow such a waiver to be done. However, there are a lot of crimes that don't. And one big category that generally does not have any waivers available are aggravated felonies. Okay, so if you're considered an aggravated felon, you could be married to a US citizen and have 13 kids and you're not going to get a waiver of inadmissibility because of the crime. It's not that the judge or anybody doesn't want to adjudicate it or give you an opportunity. It's the law just doesn't allow it. Okay, it has to specifically allow a particular crime to be eligible for the waiver. So if you have an aggravated felon and you are put into removal proceedings, and even if you're not, you should consider this just in case, or if you've already been deported, and even if you've been physically deported outside the country, it can still be done. You'll want to vacate or reduce your crime such that it's not considered an aggravated felony. Now, this is of course not easy to do, which is why sometimes I find it humorous. Every now and then I'll get a potential client. I'll go, "Is it 100% guaranteed?" Go, well, no, nothing's 100% guaranteed in immigration law. And if any attorney in immigration law says it's 100% guaranteed, you need to turn around and walk out the door. Okay, I mean that's the reason you need an attorney to do this, because they can make, the most persuasive arguments possible to give you the best chance. And every judge is different. You might do a motion to vacate for Judge 1, who might grant it, and do the same motion for a judge 10 feet down the hallway in another office who might deny it. Okay, it's really it's discretionary, so it of course needs to be done in a manner that makes it as persuasive as possible. Well, not all of the crimes in criminal relief need to be vacated. Okay, some can be reduced. So for example, let's say you got a burglary crime with a sentence of a year. Okay, let's even say you got a burglary crime with a sentence of a year suspended. You're still an aggravated felon. However, if you were to get that reduced by 1 day to 364 days, you would no longer be an aggravated felon and you would be eligible for immigration waivers. So you see, you could use that at any point. You could use it before you enter removal proceedings. You could use it if you're in removal proceedings. You could use it if you have a deportation order but have not been physically removed. And you can use it if you've already been removed and deported out of the country. Now, the procedures of going forward, will depend heavily on where in the line of immigration you are. However, if you don't have other options and you don't have the ability to immigrate in any other manner, then this is the way to go. And yes, it's an uphill battle, and yes, it's difficult, but the motions, the law allow for it to be done. And the reality is, like, especially that example I gave you, if you have a year sentence suspended, that means that the judge wasn't interested in giving you more time. The judge just wanted to, basically give you a punishment and get out the door. The judge and the trial attorney, the prosecutor did not understand that by giving you 364 days in that particular instance would have made your life a completely different story. Not an aggravated felon, would have qualified for, depending on your situation, you might have qualified for cancellation of removal for non-permanent or for lawful permanent residence. You might have qualified for adjustment with a waiver, all because 1 day, which that 1 day means everything to you, but it most likely means nothing to the judge or to the trial attorney. They're still, giving you a slap on the wrist, still giving you, the punishment. And from their point of view, 1 day doesn't make any difference. So, as a side note, if you're going to take a guilty plea, make sure you have an immigration attorney advise you in addition to the criminal attorney, because what's the use of getting a better criminal sentence if you're only going to be deported the rest of your life? Okay?